In the last episode, we covered how previously in war, allies had been backed by subsidies, and how loans were a recipe for disaster. When World War I erupted, at first, it looked like everyone would go along with the subsidy system. Otherwise, the Allies would have no other choice but to drop out once they depleted their economic strength. In February 1915, Britain, France, and Russia agreed to pool their financial and military resources. Fast forward to 3 years later, Russia had pulled out of the war. Britain and France convinced Greece to hitch its wagon to the Allies by promising that repayment for the arms supplied to it would be decided post-war, according to Greece's financial and economic situation. It's unlikely that full repayment ever crossed Britain and France's minds. After all, that was the 18th century war cost mentality. Securing an alliance took top priority. Payment was open to negotiation. Interestingly, U.S. government representatives also originally told their allies that they didn't need to worry about the conditions of paying the U.S. back. After all, that bridge would be burned after the war had been won, and everything would be figured out, implicitly on nominal terms. There was even wide public support in the U.S. for a $1 billion gift to France, in thanks for its aid during the American Revolution. The French government was advised to go through U.S. government channels for all its arms financing. What was implied here was that all this financing would, in the end, be equal to a gift. In fact, Senator Kenyon of Iowa hoped that if one of the loans was made, this was before they were authorized, that the U.S. would never ask for it to be repaid. He stated that the U.S. owed France more than it could ever repay, and if France hadn't come to the U.S.'s aid during the American Revolution, it was unlikely the United States would exist at all. Meanwhile, Chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, Representative Claude Kitchen, commented that if the U.S. ever got all its money back when the war was won, then it would get off cheap. So, what caused the U.S. to go from considering throwing free money at the Allies to demanding they pay back every single penny on schedule? After all, it had been customary for debts to be forgiven among allies before, right? Precisely. The debts couldn't be canceled because the U.S. was not an ally, but an associate.